Ishabon and Gunnar in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode for you guys. Yes, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk about Pablo Mari, and of course, we're going to talk about some detailed news about Wilfred Zaha. Kieran Tierney opened up about his first game since the injury, and of course, what exactly happened with him. He is going to discuss it himself. Plus, there's some bonus quotes about from Mikel Arteta from after the game. Of course, everything will be discussed in this episode, and of course, something really special as well. So, without any further ado, if you seek daily Arsenal content, this is the best place to be. This surely is. And consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon. And of course, we will definitely post in the last episode of Arsenal Career Mode. I think that was really good. The next episode may not come today, but definitely tomorrow. So, I will definitely start the first news that we got here. So, Pablo Mari says after the game, he says, it was hard for us because we planned for the game really well. Everybody knew what we had to do, and I think we did well, but we conceded a goal at the beginning of the game. And when you concede those kinds of details against these types of teams, you lose the game. Of course you do. Well, yes. Moving on, so Arteta opened up about the team selection again for Benfica. He says, I don't know if it will be 5, 4 or 7 changes. We'll have to see how they react from today's performance. Obviously, we need a fresh team and we need legs as well, because then the decision making and everything becomes better when they are fresh. So now, Kieran Tierney opened up about his fitness. He says, I was just knackered. It was a tough game and I wasn't sure if I was going to get the full game, but I did. It's 90 minutes under my belt and I'm happy for that, and happy that the manager gave me the chance again. Even Mika Richards on Tierney says, he's got absolutely everything. There's fullbacks that can defend and there's fullbacks that can attack. Kieran Tierney is one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League just because he can do both. So Tierney says, goes on. He was asked if Arsenal's left side was the key for their attack. He says, against a team like that, every part of the pitch is important. They've got good players all over, as do we. Unfortunately for us, they came out on top today. It was very tough. We did not start well, and I think that's what killed us really. Against a team like City, you can't afford not to start well in the first 5 to 10 minutes. They're going to punish you when they did. And talking about the bad start from Arsenal, Tierney says it's a bit of both. It's hard because nobody goes out not planning to start well, so it's hard to say exactly what it was. It's just something that can happen again against a top team, and they punished us. Tierney on if he was worried it would get ugly, he says, you try not to think like that. You need to think positive. You know you're coming up against a team like City, so if you go 1-0 down, it's not the end of the world. We always believed we could get back in it. Well, Tierney believed. Well, of course, let's see. Somebody is not believing in Aubameyang. They've stopped believing, and that one person is none other than Jamie Redknapp. So Jamie Redknapp has some really strong criticizing words for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Jamie Redknapp says, Aubameyang is past his best. When I watch him sometimes, it's like he has lost his superpowers. You saw him run past people when he first came to the Premier League. I'm seeing now a player that looks like he's going to get bullied every occasion. I have no words. Might be true. Might be true. Very well. So Gary Neville opened up about Arteta. He says, Arteta could have made the 5 or 6 changes against Benfica and prioritized the game against City. And not doing that sends the message to your players what's the most important, which tells you that he has written off his chance of getting into the top 4. There's nothing wrong in that, but that's okay. I think even if he's prioritizing the Europa League, why is it bad to prioritize Europa League? Like, seriously, why? I mean, seriously, why? Very well. Moving on, so Pablo Mari Villar tweets out something with this, sharing these images from the game yesterday. He says, tough game yesterday against a great opponent. We have to learn, improve, and be ready from the beginning of the game. Now we have to focus on the important game on Thursday. Let's go. Hashtag Gunners and this emoji. So Pablo Mari Villar, yep, he's saying to go on and on. And let's talk about the future and not the past anymore. So Pep Guardiola opened up about Arsenal. He says they have incredible young talented players. So I see a bright future for Arsenal. I think if they can sign a few players in a few positions, they will make an incredible step forward. How and when is that going to happen? Nobody flapping, nobody has an idea about it. But moving on, so Mikel Arteta on the Europa League second leg versus Benfica says, we have a final on Thursday because we want to continue in the competition. Yes, it's like a final. It's like a very dead-ass final, man. It is. It damn is. Very well. Very well. Also, Benfica drew 0-0 against Farense. Yes, they drew against a bum team. So, I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, they drew against a bum team. And if they did it on purpose, I don't know if they did it on purpose or not. But yes, they did it. So, yeah, we move on. So, Arsene Wenger has actually calculated that Chelsea will get just 63 points. And he predicts that Tuchel will miss out on top 4. You know what? When Papa Wenger says something like that, you just shut up and you listen. That's what you do. So Wenger is actually not convinced and he's applied some quick maths to dampen Blues fans' hopes. They drew against Southampton 1-1. He said, I would say it's a fair result with one team happier than the other one. Southampton certainly the happier after stopping their losing slump. What's a bit worrying for Chelsea is that they were not at their best, which happens in this league, but you don't feel a huge potential in there. Not on the tactical side, nor on the physical side, nor on the aggressive side, nor on the organizational side. I looked at their number of points on that run. They will make 63 points. That could be a fraction short of top 4. I just think they made 43 points out of 25 games. And on that average, it gets you to 63. And 63 usually, you're out of the top 4. Papa Wenger with his maths magic, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I won't say he's wrong. I mean, who's expecting Papa Wenger to go wrong against Chelsea, about Chelsea? Because he's average, and literally, if Chelsea have to make it into the top 4, there's no point losing any game on the trot. There's no point. Very well. So Arsenal are actually leading contenders to sign Crystal Palace winger Wilfred Zaha. I know this is getting boring now. Asli getting linked to Thomas Lemar, Ousmane Dembele, and Wilfred Zaha is really old. But hear me out. That's according to the bookmakers Betfair, who have installed Mikel Arteta's side as 3-1 favourites to secure Wilfred Zaha's signature. Now Arsenal have been tipped to sign Zaha on several occasions down the years, and having saved nearly 700k per week on wages in January, they could well have the financial capabilities to finalise a deal. However, there is still plenty of competition for Zaha. Spanish champions Real Madrid are available at 5-1. While Italian heavyweights Juventus are offered at 9-1. The winger priced at 9-1 to move across London to join Chelsea as well. So even Tuchel can get a piece of Wilfred Zaha if he wants to. I don't think so. Should that be happening? Why would Chelsea want to sign another winger? Like, seriously, why? Anyways, they've got plenty of players to actually sell, buy, whatever they want to do with them, and it's up to them. So Alan Smith tweets out the news about that the Premier League say that there were 2 new positive cases from 2,633 tests of players and staff between February 15 to 21. There have been only 6 positives so far this month from 8,518 tests. Imagine 8,518 tests, only 6 cases positive. Is that good news? I would say yes. It sort of looks like that it's good news, but how bad can it get? I really have those questions unanswered. But what you can do is actually let us know what you guys feel about the content that is coming on this channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys actually feel about it. Do you guys actually believe in Hector Bellerin? Should we actually look at for another right back that should happen? That should be happening in a priority basis. Let me know in the comments what you guys really feel about it, because we definitely need you guys to know more. You just have to let us know what is exactly where we are going wrong, because I'm really worried about the views here. Yes, I am. I have to be at some point of time, and I am right now. So, yes. So Hector Bellerin, and of course, you can actually speak about any player that you actually would want to leave Arsenal. In the comments, let me know, and we can actually start a debate. I'll probably get in the interactive content back, the StreamYard thing, and of course a lot of other things as well. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek a daily Arsenal content 365 days a year, this is the best place to be. And cheers. That's all I got for you guys. Cheers. Yeah, and have a wonderful Tuesday. Cheers.